everyone, and thank you so much for being a part of Petpix, for following Petpix, for being with us in this journey. And I'm so excited because this year, yes, it's already 2022, and I can't believe it feels like yesterday when we opened Petpix Academy 2019, and we just now, yes, last year we launched our podcast, and today we are launching our 150th podcast episode. It's just so amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who is watching on Facebook. Thank you so much to everyone who is watching in our Instagram. And today I couldn't start with a better guest. So Nikki French, she has been a supporter of Petpix for a long time. Nikki and I, believe it or not, we have few podcast episodes. Also, I just have to say congratulations to my amazing friend, Nikki, for writing her first book. Also, Nikki has a podcast as well. But without further ado, I want to thank you so much for being here with us today and celebrating our crazy event, 150 podcasts, and we had few of them together.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Congratulations. That's just incredible. I can't even get my head round 150 episodes in that short period of time. It's crazy.
It is crazy. You're absolutely right. I mean, it's like there's so many wonderful stories to share. And I'm like, I just couldn't stop myself. And according to my podcast coaches, they kept saying, so Vasi, we do encourage you, to do like 1 to 2 podcasts a week. And I'm like, I can't do that. Too much to share. And, you and I, you can see we are going back to 24th episode.
Wow.
Then we did 111, and then we did 139. We did a bunch of lives, including, I got your book, and, I was very impressed when I was reading that. So a lot of wonderful history, and I'm also excited about your big event coming up very soon. So it's just a lot of awesome things. Really great. And so this year, what it's on if there is one thing you would like to achieve, and for those of you friends who may not know Nikki French, she is incredible, an amazing designer. It's a dog trainer. But what I really love about your style of being a dog trainer, it's your approach. And one thing I never would forget from our podcast number 1, it's that even if you also interview me to your podcast, it's that you believe in the doggies as they age, they still need to continue with different approach of training. But, you can tell people, and then what is this one thing on your agenda this year? Because it's new year, new resolution. So what would you like to achieve? Like one thing. There's so many, I know.
Yeah, I mean, for the business, it is definitely the message that the book is getting across, because it's a very common belief that you have a dog and you take your dog for a walk. That's what you do. That's just a black and white, non-negotiable. You have a dog, you walk your dog 2 to 3 times a day, perhaps. And what I want to do is kind of raise awareness that that doesn't suit all dogs. And if you've got a dog that's very nervous, particularly around perhaps dogs or people or traffic or whatever, constantly putting them in that space is really challenging for them. And there are other things that you can do with them instead. Now, obviously, most people want to get out with their dogs, and most dogs want to get out and about. So the title of the book is definitely quite playful, but it was purposely a little bit contentious, just to get people talking about it and to realize that there are different things that you can do with your dog to have an amazing relationship, regardless of whether they're puppies or they're tricky teenagers or they're adults or they're aging dogs. You can do things with them throughout their lives, and that may or may not be a walk. There is plenty of other things that you can do instead.
And what I was very impressed, it's when You did, because you have incredible Instagram as well, and your website is really well done. And you have also a great Facebook group where people can come. You give a lot of great tips. But one of the video was very impressive, that you had this game with the egg box. If you remember that one, I know you have created a lot, and then you open the egg box, and inside there were different things.
Yeah, just so really simple canine enrichment things. For me, dog training should be something that's a fun activity that you get to do with your dog. It's not, oh gosh, I need to do some dog training today. It shouldn't be expensive. You can use your recycling, whatever kind of packaging that is safe that you can use. You can rinse out milk cartons or whatever before it goes into the trash or the recycling. You can always do something with it. So just with a little bit of imagination, a few minutes a day, some of their daily food allowance, you can do so much. It doesn't need to be expensive, and it certainly doesn't need to take time. So yeah, it's just about giving people a few ideas, and then people's imagination then starts to run away with them, and they come up with their own ideas. So yeah, it's just about sort of lighting that fire under people to want to do something a little bit more with their dogs.
Amazing. And you're right. But just the fact, the way you see and simplifies things, because obviously as a photographer, I photographed so many doggies, well-behaved, somehow well-behaved. I also went to different trainings and photographed the training in person. But I really love the simplicity of the way you train. That's what it is. It's just very simple and easy. There, it's not an excuse for you that you can't do it. That's what, I like. And especially you being in UK, in a lot of people who live all around the world with 4 seasons. Sometimes, as we know, during the winter, as you and I, we talked before we started, it's like sometimes rains, or it's super cold, or it's super hot in Florida. So that's what I love about you.
Yeah, no, there's always something that you can do. And it makes my heart sing when I'm talking to somebody about doing training and they're saying, oh, can my children come too? Can they learn how to play the games with the dogs? And they absolutely can. A child of any age can play the games. And it's so fabulous to be able to teach children how to be around dogs, because most children want to play with dogs, but it perhaps isn't always the most productive play. It might be maybe a little too high energy. So if you can get the children involved in playing something that also helps the dog's behavior, then that's sort of win-win.
Oh my God. You're absolutely right. Actually, now you reminded me, I photographed, I think it was Friday last week, this this family and the child. He heard my doggy Chico, and he was like very afraid. And and one that you brought this really good point. It's to unite your 2 legs and 4 legs kids and just really have fun activities together. This is really a great point.
And then if they grow up together with that relationship, that bond is incredibly powerful. Yeah.
You're so right. Thank you so much again for all of these wonderful tips and tricks. Thank you for being with me. I know that you and I will be recording new podcasts together. So friends, please stay tuned. And where, Nikki, people can find you?
Probably the best place to go is my website. Let's start off with my website, which is simply www.puptalk.co.uk. And you can find links to everything through that.
Wonderful. Thank you again so much for being with me today. Celebrate you.
Congratulations. It's just incredible what you've achieved. I'm so impressed. You're just an incredible force of nature.
Thank you so much. I will see you soon. I can't wait. Thank you, sweetie. Sending you kisses. Thank you.
Bye-bye.